Coach, take the time. Just first off, a response to Wednesday's game. How pleased were you with the play from the jump and able to take 2 points tonight?
Yeah, obviously, probably our fastest goal of the year, right? So, it's nice to get that early lead. Once again, we gotta try to avoid these bad bounces we're getting off the boards, off the doors, whatever it is, because for that pretty much that entire game, Vinny had the door closed. With the saves he was making, the way he was playing. So, realistically, it's frustrating for them to get that first goal off the bounce that happened, but we end the first period with a lead, go into the second period with a lead. I can't complain too much with our first periods because now we've scored the first goal in 7 straight games. So that's a good thing for the group. But we managed the puck a lot better. We made some in-game adjustments that I think helped as well. We just need to tighten up our third periods a little bit. I think we just try to hang on too much and play a little too safe, which is fine to some aspect, but, the shot totals for some of these games is just severely getting outweighed. So overall, happy. 3 or 4 points so far. Hopefully get another 2 here tomorrow and we have ourselves a good week.
Questions of all, Evan and Hannah?
So Papura came up huge in the third period with a sprawling save off his cheater with when the Mariners were picking up momentum. What are your thoughts on his play and how that changed the tone and put the Royals back on track?
Well, the nice thing about Vinny is he's a competitor. He's got fire in him. He's like a dog mentality, right? And, he's a goalie who's here on an ECHL contract where most goalies at our level are on AHL or NHL deals, right? You look at Maine, both goalies are on AHL deals. So, he's kind of got that fire in him for possibly just being on the ECHL deal that he wants to prove everybody wrong. And every time he gets in the game, I feel really good that he's going to give us the best opportunity to win. It's kind of been his team here for the last little bit with Keith and Parker being gone, and he's stepped up and he's played well. And to acquire him over the summer via the Bertuzzi trade with Adirondack, I knew we were getting somebody good, but to now see it firsthand and to experience it and to have him on the ice and in the locker room, it's very exceptional. He's done really, really well for us this entire year.
First off, great win tonight. Thank you for your time. I want to talk about the power play. Had a good win tonight, but that kind of struggled a little bit. What do you think you guys need to do to kind of fix that power play?
The power play really it needs to just be more connected, right? And, something that we talk about in the office is the work ethic. And if you take 4 guys that are working at 100% versus 5 guys that are working at 80%, what's that equal? Even number, right? It's 400 for everybody. So what is your advantage to have an extra player if you're not going to outwork the other team if they have one less guy? So, ultimately some in-game decisions, some personnel, decisions need to, continue to happen moving forward. But ultimately we just have to keep giving them the reps and the looks and the practice time to just finally have some time to click and find that cohesion and that unity to just get us the job done.
Do you think that some of it might be, having a lot of guys fluctuate through it and, dealing with the injuries and all that? Could that be a part of it?
Potentially, yes. I mean, for the most part, I would say our power plays have stayed pretty consistent with who's been on them. To rotate one guy on or off isn't too drastic. We actually even have a third unit we've put together over the last week just to have it, right? And we, have to have some internal competition within ourselves, within our team, right? If we just go out there and we're complacent because we know we get to be on the power play, we know we get to hit one-timers, we know we get all that special teams opportunity, well, hey, maybe now your job's not as safe because we put another unit together that can come in and take your job. So once again, we're trying to, light a fire under them any way possible. But we also have to continue to encourage them and push them and motivate them because, if we're fortunate enough to make playoffs here, special teams is going to be a huge factor. So both PP, PK was good tonight. We just have to continue to work through the process here over the next, 19 games and see what we can get at the final end.
Coach, take the time. See you tomorrow.
Yep, thanks.
Right. Let's open it up. Jake, a multi-goal game and a big response to Wednesday. Just speak on the play on this 5-game streak and how important it was to take both tonight.
No, absolutely. It was something we talked about this morning that we needed to respond. Obviously Wednesday didn't fall in our favor, but at the end of the day, getting 5 out of 6 points in the weekend is what matters. They're the one team, and I think we've emphasized this, and I think Binks did too, is they're the team that's standing in front of us that's taking away playoff opportunity, right? We play them another, I think, 6 times.
Yep.
So if we can get, 12 points out of that, that's something that's going to allow us to be in a playoff position. So I think that's something that's motivating the guys and what we took to in this game.
Lydia, yourself with 2 goals tonight. Just speak on how that first line, you've been a staple there, and a little bit of a change tonight, but how great it was to once again be there with Nardi and then having Primo part of the full tonight.
No, it was good. We talked about coming out of the gates and starting strong and just taking it to them. I think Wednesday wasn't our best effort between our line, and kind of got together and knew we had to do and step up. And I think all around everyone played good. Like, there wasn't a single guy that had an off game, and that's something that we need to take every single period, every single game and opportunity that we have. I think, like I said, it was a team effort, not just individual.
You scored 2 goals tonight. Does the potential for a hat trick influence your play, or do you just try to put it in the back of your mind and go for the win? What is that inner dialogue like?
Honestly, I don't really care. It's a matter of getting the 2 points. That's a huge thing in our locker room. We don't have any individuals in there. We know what we have to do at the end of the day, and it's get the 2 points. And like I said, if Preem's put it in, or Stuckey put it in the net, or Nardi, we have that 2-goal lead with a minute left, and that's what matters. No one's individual, and no one's like, oh, I want the hat trick. I don't really care about that. I care about getting the 2 points and making sure that we climb up in the standings and get closer to Worcester.
Speaking on the team, you guys have been through everything this year, 16 games in 30 days, all the injuries, losing your captain. You've been through a lot. How do you and the team as a whole kind of get through that, and how do you guys motivate each other to get through these tough stretches in the season?
I think we come together. That's the number one thing. Being part of a group that comes together the way we have is something that's special. We're all together outside the rink, we're all together at the rink, and relying on one another. If someone's not having a good game, you're able to pick him up, help him out, and make sure that he changes his response. And that's something that we've been able to do individually with each other, to hold each other accountable. I think that's something that's going to help us make a good push and get in the playoffs.
Love it. Thanks, Jake.
Thanks for the time, Jake. Final question. You got some Booster Club grub. What's the entrees here tonight from the Booster Club?
I think we got some ground beef, a little taco mix, something like that. We got some desserts coming back. I'm a big sweet tooth, so I'm excited about that.
All right. Well, shout out to the Booster Club, best in the league. And Jake, thanks for the time.
Awesome. Thank you.